have like some famous coming out story? When you try to go on a date with somebody, do they expect Africano boy to show up?
After a while, I'm gonna need a two-piece in the business.
Could you date someone who was obese?
Yeah. Coming to sizzle, hitting the streets, laying hands on all these kids.
Now you tweeted, and I have saved this tweet, that you were going to be naked on the beach this year.
I am.
Can you touch my cakes if you want as I tell the story? So...
Don't worry, I won't be asking you for any special favors when we're done. Not that I'm objectifying you because you know, just because you're hot and beautiful and all that stuff.
When you read a lot of the novels today,
Right.
they focus on the down low culture, they focus on age, they're very stereotypical about these things in the gay community.
Whenever anybody thinks of gay or a gay man, they think of flamboyance and, you know, he might just, you be walking down the street and he might just bust out in a duck walk.
Because a friend does not have your best interest at heart if they want to become an arch rival and try to get rid of your partner.
You don't want to wake up in the morning and you turn to your right and a big ass glumpy motherfucker looking at you.
That sounds more like doing, not dating.
I remember fucking this young man one time, and I said, "You go to church?" Oh!
About being yourself. I've seen the whole no fats, no fans type things. You know, I get invites to parties, no fats, no fans. You know, like that's discrimination within our own community.
I'm really private, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's like pulling
Yeah. You know, getting fruit drinks in me, then it's different.
Oh, is that what it is?
He is seduced into joining a drug mafia cartel by his lover.
How important is sex in a long-term relationship?
Have either of you ever been to a sex party?
Hi, I'm Marcellus L. Jones, host of television's Men's Fashion Insider, and I'm also the editor-in-chief of thefashioninsider.com magazine. This is my lovely Phaedra, and you are watching 3LW TV from Saint-Germain-des-Prés in Paris.
Who's on this week? New York, LA, Chi-Town, DC, Atlanta, Miami. They know the D and Albany and New Orleans and Tennessee. Come sing with me. They're watching 3LW TV. Come watch with me.
Welcome to 3LW TV. I'm Lonnell Williams on location in Paris, France for Fashion Week. My good friend Marcellus, who hosts his own show out here, has invited me to a couple of shows tonight. I had such a wonderful time. Take a look.
This is the very first time that I've come to this designer show. This is the second time that they will be showing here in Paris during the menswear calendar. The last time I didn't know very much about them, so I wasn't able to come to the show because you have to prioritize.
And which show is your top priority?
Well, you know, we don't really have a show that is top priority. Obviously, we do have shows that are priorities, such as Miyake, Jean-Paul Gaultier, of course, Chris Van Ash, because he's also the designer of the Christian Dior. We have other houses such as Paul and Joe, which always does a presentation off of the calendar, and they really are one of our favorite houses here in Paris.
show in what I think is the best platform in the world for men's fashion. So amazing.
That was pretty amazing. That was my first time ever coming to one of those. I did like. On our way to the next show now.
This is the show for Christian Leclerc. This is the first time the house is going to do a fashion show with men's collection. So. This is the very first invitation for the very first official fashion show for the Christian Leclerc men's collection. They've had other presentations before, but they weren't fashion shows. They were just to introduce officially the men's line to the fashion media, to the fashion buyers of the past 2 seasons. And now on season 3 of the in-house design with an artistic director, this is the first invitation.
We're down front again, but there's a big ass brick wall standing in front of us. I'll do my best to get some good shots for you.
Overwhelming, you know, because it's the first time, and we are also in the historical district of Christian Leclerc. This has been completely ripped off because we are planning to redo it. So it's very emotional, you know, and it's the first show ever for the men's line at Leclerc. So it's over now, so I'm like relaxed a little bit because I was so tense too. So I'm very happy.
Miss Fashion Insider has come to the very first fashion show ever for the men's collection of fashion house Christian Leclerc. As we know, the house took a turn for the worse a couple of years ago, but they've managed to come back, and they are returning to grace with the presentation of the very first men's collection on the runway here in Paris during the Paris Fashion Week for men.
So that was actually a lot of fun, even though my seat was it was close, but it was behind that pillar. Yeah. So I was trying to peek around and catch some stuff.
The rectangular pillar, yeah.
But just like the paparazzi was crazy, and then it was just amazing how like fast and like engaged everything was, and then it was like sex. It like reached the climax and it was over. And it was like, get out.
That sex normally lasts a lot longer for me.
Yes, it should last a lot longer than that.
Well, that was like 45 minutes. It's a quickie.
Okay, well that was a super quickie. Because the show lasted what, maybe 15 minutes?
It depends on what you're used to.
Why do I have the feeling we're talking about two different things here?
I think we're talking about the same thing. But go on then.
So tell us a little bit about where we are.
Alright, well this is my neighborhood, and it's the historic district called Saint-Germain-des-Prés. And Saint-Germain-des-Prés is one of the 2 most expensive areas in all of France. You have the Sonia Rykiel's boutique, and you also have Ralph Lauren, which has like an amazing boutique that they just opened up not too long ago. And right here's a fierce black girl coming down the block, just looking fierce. Just fierce. It's really beautiful, just fierce, with her Burberry stuff on and all made up and all her attitude. But anyway, right across the street here are the famed Café Flore, and at the corner is Les Deux Magots. If you ever come to Paris, go to Café Flore, because before you will be able to see Sonia Rykiel over there having her breakfast every day, her lunch. And at Les Deux Magots, when you come to Paris during the winter months, Les Deux Magots is the place to go for a really nice hot chocolate, because it's actually just like chocolate balls which have been melted and sweetened, and with just a touch of cream in them, and it's like the best hot chocolates. It's about 12 or 13 American dollars, but it's worth it to do it, you know, once or whatever when you're traveling.
So it's my first time in Fashion Week. I've had a wonderful time. I have to give much love to my friend Marcellus, who you must check out on his show, and for him taking time to show me around. Another wonderful evening here in Gay Party. Thank you for choosing 3LW TV. I'm Lonnell Williams. Always stand in your light.